Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and you guys know that anytime our people over at Karity release a palette, girl, we are talking about it. You guys, they released their Posh palette, and I thought that I would kind of come on here, give you some swatches, and give you some thoughts with a little bit of an eye look, of course. As you guys know, I have been a big supporter of Karity, literally since I found them. I've probably done, this is easily my 4th or 5th exclusive video on Karity and their products. I just think that they're a really good, affordable company, and I think it's good too, like I've said with Tarte and Too Faced and all those other brands. It's always good to continue and check with brands and check in with their formulas and make sure that what they're putting out is consistent and make sure that it's, you know, the same quality or better, that they continue to grow and evolve, but always keep their products the same, you know, good consistency. And Karity in the past has proven to be really amazing, so I'm super excited to see if we like this one. I love it already because it's got like this beautiful velvet color on it. Oh my, color texture on it. I love velvet. It's like so gorgeous. Okay, so on their website, how they talk about this palette, it says, meet Posh, a makeup artist's go-to palette containing 6 finishes with extreme pigmentation: frost, matte, satin, velvet, metallic, and duochrome. We crafted this luxe palette for those who dare to be different and stand out. This pigmented, uniquely colored palette will allow you to express yourself like no other combination of shadows. As always, cruelty-free, vegan, and paraben-free. This palette is $27. And that's really all it says on here, it looks like. The other thing I want to see, does it give me the size of the pans? Alright, never mind. The only reason I was looking for it is because it has this like 3-row setup over here of really small pans, and I was looking to see if I could figure out what size they were. But anyways, essentially check that out. At first I actually thought that this was meant to be like a contour highlight situation, but I guess it's not. I guess it's just like a really good transition and a really good all over lid, and then they kind of break it down by, you know, really popular, very popular, and then like good pops of color, good fun stuff over here. The first thing I noticed, obviously it has a beautiful full-size mirror, which is amazing, thank you God. And again, $27 for their palette is always a good deal. Like, their palettes, in my opinion, I have never bought one and thought, oh, that's overpriced. You know, they're good, consistent quality, and I think that the price on this was right. My only issue, in the description it says it's like a makeup artist's dream or whatever. I don't agree with that. I would not say that, just because these pans over here are so small. Like, if you want to say a makeup enthusiast or someone like, you know, like me, like I love makeup or you love playing with colors, it's just that these pans over here are so small that I can't say, you know, that I agree with that. But seriously, I hate it when people do this gold foil crap, because like my camera does not want to pick it up. I'm trying to give you guys like a look of the pan, but basically they really did a good job with incorporating a lot of like warmer purples, red kind of tones, golds in this one. There's no pops of like green or blue, so you're not going to get that in this palette, but for the most part this palette does look very good together. Like, everything kind of goes with every other color. As I said before, I have swatched everything, including a swatch on my elbow. So let's go ahead, we're going to bust into the swatches, because I know y'all love a good swatch. I know that you guys love that. That's one of your favorite parts. You guys tell me all the time. So unless you don't like this part, then, well, I mean, you can skip over it if you want to, but let's go ahead and do some swatches, y'all. First up, in the 2 biggest pans, we have Marilyn and Audrey. Then we jump over to the 6 larger, you know, second size pans. We start with Marilyn, down to Ginger, down to Elizabeth, which is stunning, Helena, Carrie, Winona, and now we're starting into the little pans. Joanne, Maggie, Judy, Natalie, Sissy, Emma, Charlize, I'm not sure what that one says, Annie, Michelle, Shirley, which, hello Shirley, love Shirley, Bet, and on the elbow we have Grace. So that is the entire palette. And as you guys can see, I have already primed and prepped the eyelids, as well as put some bake under my lids, or under my eyes. I don't usually have an issue with Karity palettes as far as fallout goes. They're usually pretty good with that, but I like to put it there just in case. So let me go ahead and get a clean-ish brush. First up, oh wow, I look orange. I look like a Oompa Loompa right now. I think first up we're going to go in with the shade Ginger, which is this guy right here. And we're just going to start by working him into the crease. I do kind of want to play with one or two of these purple tones over here, just because I think that they are so fun. And I think that they're beautiful. I'm really leaning with this duochrome purple right here. Oh, I mean, like, look at that. Like, how gorgeous is that one? I mean, seriously. I can't help but want to play with it. So again, let's take this shade Ginger on a Y15 by Morphe Gilded collection. And let's just start working that little guy right on into the crease. That is such a great transition shade. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm going to zoom it out. I think that that'll help. Okay. I think for some reason, like, there's something reflecting. I think it might be the palette reflecting from underneath, and it's making my color shift around a little bit, and I want you guys to get as accurate of a representation as possible. So because I am wanting to play with that purple duochrome a little bit, I'm sorry, my nose is just really bad today. It's so annoying. I'm going to start working the shade, ooh, do I want to play with the shade Grace? I do. I think I'm going to go in with the shade Grace, which is a matte purple right over here, only 2 doors down from this little guy. I want to start working that one into the crease and just kind of start really transitioning into that warmer purple tone. So you guys, now that I'm here, I think it would be really fun to take this shade Carry right here, which is like a deep kind of mauve-y purple tone, which is right here on my arm, this guy right here. And I think it'd be cool to take that one all over the lid and pop that duochrome pink purple shade like right in the center of it and like widen it out a little bit, just kind of give it its moment. I think that that would be absolutely beautiful. So time to switch gears a little bit and find the appropriate brushal items. So I'm just going to go in with the BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. I'm going to try this out and see if it will work. But I want to go in and take some of it on like a, I want it to be a semi-fluffy packer brush, so I don't want it to be super packy, but you know, I also don't want it fluffy because I don't want to fluff this color everywhere. I'm going to start on the inside of my eye and just start placing it down. Woo, baby. And as you can see, I left that little tiny piece in the center there open because I think what I want to do with that is go in and shape tape a little area out just to make sure that it gets all the wabam that it needs, because I really want that color to stand out. So let me grab a little bit of shape tape. A little bit of shape tape in my life. And I do want this centerpiece to be a little bit wider. You still see, yeah. A little something like that, and we're gonna end up going in and blending with our fingers. But while that is good and tacky, I do want to go in with just my finger here. Ooh, baby. And this is the shade Shirley. And we're just gonna see what it looks like. Again, we can definitely go in with a wet brush if we need to. But I just like to see how well they perform on their own. That is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Like, is that not beautiful? I think that is so gorgeous. I love the look of my finger after I've done all the padding. It's like so gorgeous and shiny. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now that we are at this point, we're gonna go back in with a smaller little brush. I'm thinking something along the lines of the Morphe Y22, just a good tiny little pencil brush here. We're going to go in with the shade Carry, which was that dark purple shade on the outside, and we're really just going to go back in and re-blend those lines, make sure everything looks good and soft and blended, of course, because honey, you know, Paige don't mess with this unblended business. I cannot stand unblended shadows. No, no. Not today or any day, people. So you guys, I have not had any real issue with any of these Karity shadows except for this dark purple. For some reason, I am having a hard time getting it to really stay put where I'm putting it on the outside of my eyes. I don't know what that is. It could just be the base. Maybe there's something fighting it. I'm not sure, but I am having a little issue with that. I am going to go in with this darker black shade Winona here and use that to just kind of, you know, really continue to deepen up the outer V. Right now I'm working with the BH Cosmetics number 5 brush, and I'm just going to take a little on the end of the brush here, tap it off, and really kind of stamp it and work it in on the outside. And just keep kind of deepening it up. You guys know the drill. Okay, the camera was off. So in the center of this lid, I went in with a tiny touch of the shade Emma, which is this beautiful like light pearl reflectant pink. So it is in the center of this side, not this side. I realized the camera was off. And all I did is take a little bit on my finger here, like so, and literally just kind of pop it right in the dead center. You don't want to do too much. I just kind of pat it around in the same spot and then kind of release a little. I just think that it helped, I don't know, add a little like to it. It's something that, it's one of those little details, but like I love the little details personally. But now I'm gonna go in, this is what got me realizing the camera was off. I'm gonna go in with a BH Cosmetics 6 brush. It's just a kind of a shorter or a longer, I'm sorry, a longer fluffy type brush here. And I wanna go in with a lighter shade and kind of buff out this upper area up here because it's looking a little too ratchy for my taste. So let's go in with the shade, where is the lightest shade? I think we're going to pick the shade Sissy, which is this guy right here. Maybe mix these. They are both a shimmer, which is a little bit unfortunate. Hello, give me back color. But I think that it kind of, you know, you're going to have to give a little bit with this palette. It doesn't have a lot in the way of like the super light ones that I would normally use, but this should work just fine. And again, all we're looking for is a good light blender for the upper creasel area up here. Just a little something like that. Just enough to kind of blend and buff and keep everything looking blended. Just a little something like that. Ooh, I think that's actually really pretty. I am going to go in with that black, I think, and kind of try to fix and like round out that area a little bit, or do I just want to highlight right there? Ooh, that might be pretty. I will say too, I want to address all this fallout. I don't normally get that from Karity, and I'm wondering if this formula or something about this has to be different, because this is just, it's very not typical to have that much fallout. Like a little bit of fallout, okay, whatever, but I feel like I'm getting too much fallout for this palette, especially in these two matte shades right here. Mainly this purple one though, the dark purple Karity shade. I don't remember ever dealing with a Karity shadow that had that much fallout. So word of the wise, just I guess bake your under eye and be ready to sweep it away, but that's a little frustrating, and I don't know why. I'm really perplexed. Like I said, I've tried literally, I think, every single palette they've released, and I've never had this issue, so I don't know if it has a different formula or not, but at this point it does look like something is a little different. It's just something to let you know, I guess. Alright, y'all, I think that that's kind of where we're at right now, and I'm kind of liking it. That looks kind of gorgeous. Okay, let's go ahead, and it's time to sweep off all of this bakey craziness and put a little something on that lower lash line, I'm thinking. Now you guys, I think for the lower lash line, I just want to keep it super simple, super classy. I'm going to actually blend the shade Ginger and the shade, whatever this is, Audrey, these two shades together, and I'm just going to run that into the lower lash line, and then I'm going to go in with that shade Grace, that darker purple up here, and just kind of connect the outer V a little bit. So nothing too exciting, but just a little something to kind of complete the look. Whenever it's this intense on the top side, I try to make sure that I want the bottom side to have some kind of look to it, otherwise I feel like it doesn't look balanced, but I also don't want it to like, I don't want us to have two shows going on at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a good look. Just a little something like that, you guys, and then I'm gonna go ahead, run and put on some liner, some mascara, finish up the rest of my face, and I'll check back in with you guys when this is done. I have the under eye powder in my hair. I went like this, swoop, and it got caught in my hair, and so now I've got a good cup of that bake in my hair. Oh, what a day it is. Alright guys, I got everything pretty much finished up. Not pretty much, it is finished up. And I did a little bit of a winger, just to kind of, you know, round it out. I felt like this was one of those looks where a wing is definitely appropriate. I did a little looking on their website, and it looks like the ingredients and all that stuff are the same for this palette, which leads me to believe that maybe with mine there might have just been a level of press on this shade, like that purple shade that I was having all the issues with, because the rest of them did perform normal. It's just that one shade that seems a little off for me. So overall though, I do think that this is a great palette. This company for me is one of the companies that I see myself, like, one day if I ever became anybody, this is a company I would work with. I think that Karity has found an amazing way to blend the world of affordability and the world of like high-end, you know, super expensive, really high-class makeup. I'm very busy. It would not surprise me at all if one day, like in the next like 3-ish years even, if they were picked up by Ulta or Sephora just as an independent, because they are such a good quality. Like, I am always astounded at their price. For me, again, for me personally, I'm not a big fan of like the pan size on these, just because I found it a little like difficult. Like, even in my swatches, you guys noticed some of them just looked a little bit janky. They looked a little bit like and it's just because like I had a harder time kind of getting in that pan. But with that being said, I did go in pretty heavy on this pink shade right here, and I really enjoy it. I loved that little shade Emma next to it as like an extra little emphasis. You guys, I definitely recommend this. And this gold shade, literally, it was everything in my power to not use that. I mean, seriously, like, I'm always enamored at, like, I mean, seriously, are you going to tell me that that's not a high-end, high-class ass shadow right there? Like, look at that. Their stuff to me is just some of the best shadows I've ever used. Again, I think if you're looking for something that blends all of this together, I think that this is a good palette. If you're looking for something on the nude side, you know, browns and golds, that concept, go with the nudes and rudes. They also have like a really poppin' palette that has all their bright colors in it. So definitely check out their website. All their palettes are like anywhere from $25 to like $30-ish, but they're really good. They're super affordable. And they have bronzer and blush palettes as well. Some of those were actually featured in my favorites video for 2017. Overall though, I do recommend this palette. I think it's really good. Again, the only thing I would caution anybody on, and I keep reiterating this just because I feel like it's something I would want reiterated to me, be mindful of the size of these pans. If you're really drawn to these colors, then that's awesome. If you're drawn to the layout, this would make a great travel palette. You know, you'd have your pops of colors over here, and then your overall like day to night colors over here, which are super stunning as well. And I love that you get a full pan size, or a full, what is this? A full, oh my god, a full-size mirror. I can't think of the word. I had a good word right there and I really can't think of it, but I really love it. And it's actually a really good mirror too. Like, it's a good clear mirror. You know how sometimes they include a mirror and you're like, did you pull this out of the salvage yard? This thing is garbage. It's actually a really good mirror. And not all of their palettes do have mirrors. I believe like the Nudes and Rudes and the matte palette and the frosted palette, some of those, I don't think any of those actually have mirrors. I could look, but I'm lazy. But this one does, and that's awesome. Alright, you guys, that is it for this video, for this eye look. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoyed the swatches, getting to play around a little bit with this new palette. You guys know I pretty much recommend anything from Karity. I think that their shadows are great, and their customer service is really sweet too. So, you guys, that's it. Don't forget to check that description box for all my other social media handles. You can go to my channel. I know I've posted like over 200 videos at this point, well over 200 videos at this point. And if you're ever looking for my other Karity reviews, all you have to do is go to my page, type in Karity, which is Karity, and all my other Karity videos will pop up. So just FYI, if you're ever curious or looking for it, that's where to find it. You guys have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're looking for it, or whatever it is when you're looking for it. I'm looking for the nighttime right now. Whatever it is when you're watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Da, 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 da. Anybody else love the name Posh too? Like, I'm like Posh Spice. Ooh.